Good evening, everyone. Sorry, actually, I was facing some network issues, so I couldn't join. Am I audible and visible to everybody? Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay. So, the other day, we were discussing about rules regarding communication and revocation, right? I hope everybody is clear till that topic. Today we'll be discussing about capacity of parties. On the other day, on the other class, we just had a brief introduction of everything, right? Brief introduction. I told you that what does capacity means. Let's start again. You cannot see my video or only audio is available. Now video is available. Tell me if nobody can see my video or is there any problem? Can you see me now? Is audio and video both available now? I hope everybody you are hearing my voice. Okay. If video is also not available, then you can hear my voice. It's okay. Okay. So let's get started. When if you have any problem, then just tell me there and there. Beta, mostly people can see my videos, so you need to restart your system. Okay. I think problem is with your network because only you cannot see my video. Everybody can see that. Okay. Try to refresh it. Okay. So let's get started. Uh, in the other class, we were discussing about rules regarding communication and revocation. Okay, so today we will be discussing about capacity of parties. In the other class also, earlier also, I have told you that what does capacity means. Capacity means eligibility. Like who all are the people who are eligible to enter into a valid contract. If a person is a major, that is, if a person has attained the age of 18 years, and in case of property 21 years, then we say that that person has become a major now. And once a person is major, once he has attained the age of 18 years, he is eligible to enter into a contract. So in this chapter, we'll discuss that whosoever is not entitled to enter into a valid contract. That is, who will not be allowed to enter into a contract. There are three types of people who are not allowed to enter into a contract. One is minors. Minor is a person who has not attained the age of 18 years. Who has not attained the age of 18 years. Second, incompetent person is who cannot think. Who cannot think. Third is other disqualified person. Law does not allow everybody to equally enter into a valid contract. Okay, so one by one we'll discuss all the three types of people and then we will discuss what if you enter into contract with those people. Let us discuss minors first. Okay, so minors means a person who has not attained the age of 18 years, who has not attained the age of 18 years yet. And in exceptional cases, cases related to properties, etc., the legal age is 21 years. Okay, but generally, minor is a person who has not attained the age of 18 years. Okay. It was only today कि 6:30 का class 6:50 पे start हुआ and that too because I was facing network issues and I was unable to join. I was trying to join from 6:25 but still I wasn't able because my Wi-Fi, I think I had some problem with the Wi-Fi. Okay, so only today it was late but every day I am before time only. Okay. So let us discuss about minors. Minors, what happen if you enter into an agreement with a minor? If you enter into an agreement with a minor, then your agreement will be void ab initio. Your agreement will be void ab initio, that is void from the very beginning. That is, your agreement will not be correct. You'll not be able to enforce that. You'll not be able to take that agreement to the court of law. Okay, like for example, you have given rupees 1 lakh to a person who is 17 years. You have given rupees 1 lakh to a person who is 17 years. Now what happen if that person in future refuse to repay that 1 lakh rupees, refuse to repay that 1 lakh rupees, then in that case you'll not be able to file a case against that person. Why? Because that person has not attained the age of 18 years till now. Okay, that person is still a minor. That person is still a minor and law says that you cannot enter into a valid contract with a minor. You cannot enter into a valid contract with a minor. So here, if you want to take your money back from that person, what is the legal way? Legal way of receiving that money is filing a suit against that person. But because that person is a minor, in that case, you'll not be able to file any kind of suit against that because minors, you are not entitled to enter into a contract with minor. So whenever you are making a contract, just make sure to check everything. Like the age is the very important matter. If a person is below 18 years, try not to enter into a contract with that person, because minors have many benefits. Okay, so if you enter into a contract with minor, you'll not be able to further proceed it. Okay, in case of any fraud, in case of any misconduct if happens, then you'll not be able to take a legal action against the minor. Okay, so what if you enter into an agreement with the minor? First of all, if you enter into we are studying this topic from the module itself. Topic is 1.5.2 and page number is 32 onwards. Okay, right now we are on page number 33. Law relating to agreements by minor is the topic. Okay, so if you have attained the age of if you have entered into an agreement with minor, then what are the consequences? What consequences you will be facing? First of all, the agreement will be void ab initio. The agreement will be void ab initio. That is, if you want also, then also you will not be able to take this agreement into the court of law. Okay, so you will not be able to file a valid suit against this minor, and you will not be able to receive your money legally. Why? Because whenever you go to the court will say the court will on the first step only. The court will kick you out because you have not entered into a contract with a valid person. Okay. So first of all, the agreement with minor is void. This point we have discussed many times in previous classes. Okay. So second point, no ratification on obtaining majority. Now, what does ratification mean? Ratification means the act of confirmation or the act of continuing something. Okay. Now, what happens? Like, for example, you are 17 and a half years old. Okay. And in 6 months, you will be 18 years. So, what do you think that today I'll enter into a contract with some person? Because after 6 months, I'll be 18 only. Okay. So you think that I'll enter into a contract with a person right now. So whenever I'll become major, that is after 6 months, I'll continue this contract. Then it will be a valid contract because I have attained the age of 18 years. But this is not possible. This is not possible because once you have done something when you were minor, you cannot continue that thing after becoming major. If you want to enter into contract, wait till you become major. Wait till you attain the age of 18 years, because before 18, if you are entering into no matter if, for example, if your birthday is tomorrow and tomorrow you are turning 18, but then also today you cannot enter into any kind of valid contract. You cannot say that tomorrow is my birthday, tomorrow I'll be 18 years, so I'll continue this thing tomorrow. No, wait for tomorrow, enter into the contract tomorrow, because rule of ratification, that is rule of continuing this contract when you become major, is not applicable on minors. Is not applicable on minors. So no ratification against minor. So once you enter into a contract with a minor, no matter he becomes major or he becomes competent, you will not, your contract will never be valid. Your agreement will always be void. Your agreement will always be void. Topic is law relating to agreements by a minor, and page number is 33. Okay. Point number 2. We have discussed ratification. Now we'll be discussing point number 3. I hope ratification is clear to everyone. Third topic is no estoppel against minors. No estoppel against minors means the term estoppel means stop from denying. The term estoppel means stop from denying. This means what? Once you are willing to enter into any kind of contract with a person, and you are not 18 years, but anyhow you wanted to enter into a contract with that person, so you lie to that person, that I am a major, that is I have attained the age of 18 years, and that person believes you and he enters into a contract with you. Okay, so when if you fail to give your performance, fail to give your performance, then if he'll file a suit against you, then in that case you can always plead your minority. You can always take this excuse that I was minor, that person entered into a contract with me, so that person could have inquired that I have attained the age of 18 years or not. That is, you can be excused if you lie also. So denying, you can always stop from denying. You can always stop from denying. That is, I am a minor. That person who has entered into a contract must have inquired everything about me, but he did not. So I will not perform anything, and the court cannot also do anything because estoppel's rule is not applicable on minors. That is, minor can always plead his minority, minor can always be excused, minor can always be set aside. Why? Because people say that minors, a person who is not attained the age of 18 years might be not competent to enter because his thinking power is very low. He might not be able to take a rational decision as an adult could. Okay, so here if a minor says something which is not correct also, then also minor can take this excuse. Then also minor can take this excuse. If minor is creating some fraud with a person, then also he has this authority, then also he has this privilege that he can always plead his minority. He can always plead his minority means that he can always take excuse of his minority, that I am a minor. You should have kept this thing in your mind, that first of all you need to inquire everything about the person. You need to, if you can, you just check the Aadhaar card of that person, so that everything is age and everything is clear. Okay, so estoppel's rule is also not applicable on minors. That is, minor can always deny the fact that I was minor and I did not lie to that person. He can say that. Okay, he can always be excused. Next point is no restitution. No restitution. Here it is written no restitution, but restitution's rule is applicable on minor. That, what does restitution means? Restitution means restoring back. Restitution means restoring back the benefits. Okay, now no rule is applicable on minor. That is, minor can always plead his minority. Minor cannot continue contracts to a future, but minor have one disadvantage, and that disadvantage is restitution. Restitution means that whenever, if the minor is caught, if the minor is caught committing fraud, then in that case, if minor is proven guilty, then in that case minor will have to give all the benefits, all the traceable benefits to the real owner. Now, what does this mean? Traceable, whenever you are answering this question, whenever we are talking about minor, whenever we are talking about this rule of restitution, remember one thing, that the term traceable is used here. The term traceable is used here. Why I'm stressing on this word traceable? Let's take an example, then you'll understand why I'm stressing on this word. Like now, for example, I am a minor. Okay, I have not attained the age of 18 years. I took rupees 50 lakhs from a person. I took rupees 50 lakhs from a person. From 50 lakhs, I purchased a car worth rupees 20 lakhs. Okay, I purchased a car worth rupees 20 lakhs. Then for I made an FD for rupees 10 lakhs. I made an FD, that is fixed deposit, for rupees 10 lakh. And remaining 20 lakhs, for example, 5 lakh I just spent on clubbing and all, enjoyment. Okay, and remaining 15 lakhs were cash. Okay, still I'm having that 15 lakhs. Now what happens? Now this person asked me to return his money back, but I refuse. So this person filed a case against me. This person files a case against me, stating that here Miss Megha has taken rupees 50 lakhs from me and she haven't received a single penny. So when I went to the court, I I plead my minority. I told the judge that I am a minor. He could have thought twice before giving me a very big amount, that is 50 lakhs. So I can be excused here. But the restitution rule says that now from this 50 lakhs, whatever amount is traceable, that is whatever amount can be fined till date, will be recovered. Like here, you can I purchased car of rupees 10 lakh. So you can take this car back. You can use the car, or you can sell this car and receive rupees money. Receive the money that you have given to me. 10 lakhs I have created FD. You can take that FD, you can break that FD, and you can take your money back. Third, I have spent 5 lakhs on clubbing. I have spent 5 lakhs on clubbing, partying, etc. Okay, so this 5 lakh could not be recovered because this 5 lakh has gone. I have given to somebody, I have taken the advantage of it, and that's it. So this 5 lakh will not be recoverable. And rest 15 lakh which I am having cash right now also can be taken by the true owner. So everything that is traceable, that is every amount that could be recovered at that time should be recovered by the true owner. So we see that law of restitution does not apply on minor. Once if you are caught, then in that case you'll have to restore all the benefits back to the true owner. You'll have to restore all the benefits back to the true owner. Only the amount which is traceable, will be given back to the true owner. The amount which is utilized and which will not be able to recovered, that amount is foregone. That amount, for that amount you are being forgiven, and you'll not be able to, and nobody will demand that amount from you in future also. So if you are a minor and if you have taken money from somebody, then just remember, spend all. Don't keep anything with you. Okay, because all the traceable amount will be taken back by the true owner. Any doubt till here? Okay, I hope it is clear. Next point is agreement beneficial to a minor are valid. Other agreements, the law says that you cannot enter into any agreement with a minor. But here we have exception. If there is any agreement where minor is being benefited, those agreements you can enter into. Okay, like for example, if I created a trust, okay, if I created a trust and I told the trustee that if some benefits happen from this trust, then this benefit will be transferred to my son who is 14 years. This benefit will be transferred to my son who is 14 years. Here, agreement in benefit of minor. Here it is an agreement which is in benefit of minor. We are not making any contract with the minor. We are just having an agreement where minor is benefited. If you are entering into any agreement which agreement is beneficial for the minor, you can enter into those agreements. Okay. Now here, if this trustee did not transfer any benefit to the minor has all the authority to receive that from that trustee. Okay. So if there is an agreement where minor is benefited, where minor is a beneficiary, those agreements are valid. Minors contract jointly with major person. If there is a contract and that is a joint contract, one party is minor and another party is major. If one party is minor and another party is major, remember one thing, contract is valid. Contract is valid because one party is major. But the liability completely goes on to the major person. If something wrong happens, if something misconduct happens, then in that case only major person, that is who is above the age of 18 years, could be traced, could be questioned. But the person who is minor will not be liable for any such liabilities. Okay, he will not be questioned, he will not be asked anything. Action will be taken against only against the majors. Okay, minors will not be questioned. Next is minor as a partner. Minor cannot enter into a partnership firm as a minor, as a partner, sorry. No, partnership firms are not allowed to entitle a minor a partner. Okay, but if minors are in a partnership firm, they can be there for benefits, they can be there for sharing profits, but in case of loss you cannot demand a single penny from the minors. So it's better don't involve minors in your partnership business. Okay, so here if somebody asks you, can minor be a partner in a firm, answer is no, minor cannot be a partner in a firm, but minor can be a beneficiary in the firm. That is, he can be appointed for just for sharing profits, nothing else. Okay, so it's better you don't you don't let a minor enter into a contract. Next is minor as a shareholder, sorry, minor as an agent. A minor can be an agent. A minor can be an agent. Just remember, from the last points, we just said that minor cannot be a partner, minor cannot be this, minor cannot be that. But remember that one thing, minor can be a agent. Minor can always be an agent, but if he does something wrong, if he does something fraudulent with the other party, then in that case minor will not be held responsible. Minor will not be held responsible. The entire responsibility goes to the principal. So if you are appointing minor as an agent, then appoint that person, appoint that minor at your own risk. Because if something wrong happens, then in that case principal could be questioned, principal could be taken on remand, but not the minor. Minor will not be responsible for any conduct, although that conduct was conducted by him only, that too intentionally, then also minor cannot be questioned. Okay, so minor can be a agent in a agency contract. Okay, minor can be a agent, but minor will not be personally responsible for any act. Okay, minor will not be personally responsible for any act. You can help principal responsible on his behalf. Any doubt till here? Okay, minor as a shareholder. Generally, the Company Act says that a person who has not attained the age of 18 years cannot be a member of a company, cannot be a member of the company. So, who are shareholders? Shareholders are the members of the company only. So, minors are not entitled to become a shareholder. But in exceptional cases, if the articles of association of a company allows minors to enter into a contract, then in that case minors are allowed. But generally, if we go to the general rule, if we go according to the general rule, a minor cannot become a shareholder. But in exceptional cases, if the AOA of a company, that is if articles of association of a company allows the minor to enter as a shareholder, then in that case minor can enter into a shareholder. Next is an adult as a surety of minor. An adult as a surety of minor. If, for example, minor has taken some money from somebody and somebody has taken surety that if this person will not give you the money, I'll give you. That person is known as surety. That is who guarantees that if this person did not give you, I'll give you. So in that case, if surety is a major, that if surety is an adult, then in that case, if minor fails to repay the amount, then in this case also minor cannot enter into a contract. Minor cannot be held liable. But this surety, who is an adult, that is who has attained the age of 18 years, can be held responsible. You can receive all the amount that you have given to the minor from the surety. Next is contract by guardian. Contract by guardian is like if a minor is incompetent. If the minor does not have anybody in his family. Okay, if the minor does not have parents, if the minor does not have anybody to take care of himself, then in that case, the court of wards appoint a guardian for the minor. In that case, court of wards appoint a guardian for the minor. What is the duty of guardian? The duty of guardian is he has to take care of the minor till that minor becomes major. He'll have to provide all the necessities. Remember, he has to provide all the necessities that a minor requires. Okay, till the age of majority. Like this guardian will entitle to give food to this minor. This guardian will be entitled to pay fees of minors education, etc. All the necessary items will be provided by the minors only, by the guardian. Now, whenever this minor become major, then all the money that has been spent by the guardian on the minor till the period of minority, minor will have to give all that money to the guardian when he becomes major. Like for example, if this guardian had spent 25 lakhs on this minor until the age of majority, here whenever minor will become major, that is whenever he'll attain the age of 18 years, he'll be entitled to give this rupees 18 lakhs to the guardian. But remember one thing, only the amount spent on necessities. I'm stressing on this word necessity because if you are providing some luxury items to the minor of you, or you are providing some items which are not so essential for the daily routine of the minor's life, then in that case, that will not be reimbursed. Let's take an example, then you'll understand this point better. Like for example, now I have been appointed as a guardian for Mr. XYZ. Okay. Now Mr. XYZ is suppose 17 years. Okay. So until he attains the age of majority, that is until he'll be 18 years, I will have to spend money on him. I will have to provide necessities to this minor. So I provided necessities worth rupees 10 lakhs to this minor, but 5 lakhs was for minors luxury. For example, I purchased an iPhone for this minor, or I purchased some MacBook, etc., some hi-fi gadgets for this minor. So whenever he become major, then only the amount which I spent on the necessities will be reimbursed. That is only 15 lakhs that I have spent for the necessities, that will be reimbursed. But this 5 lakh that I have spent on the luxury of this minor, which was not essential. If you don't have an iPhone, then also life will be going only. If you don't have a MacBook, then also your life will be smoothly working. So this was not necessary. So I'll be entitled to receive only 15 lakhs. So there is a contract between guardian and minor. Okay. And the contract is guardian will provide necessaries to the minor till he attains the age of majority. And once he attains the age of majority, it is minor's duty to reimburse the guardian. minor's duty to reimburse the guardian whatever expenses he has incurred on your necessities. On minor's necessities will be reimbursed back from the minor's property. Will be reimbursed back from the minor's property. Minor, whenever he become a major, he will reimburse that. He will give the money back to the guardian. Next point is this only contract for supply of necessaries that we were discussing. Okay. So here I hope this point is clear. So these are the effects of minor's agreement. Basically, general rule says that you cannot enter into a agreement with minor. You cannot enter into a agreement with minor. If you accidentally enters into an agreement with a minor, or if you willingly entered into an agreement with the minor, the nature of your agreement will be void ab initio. That is void from the very beginning. Okay. Next is person of unsound mind. Person of unsound mind is also not entitled to enter into a contract, is also not allowed to enter into a contract. So who are the person of unsound mind? A person who cannot take a rational decision. A person who cannot take a rational decision. A person whose mental faculties are not correct. Whose mental faculties are not correct is a person of unsound mind. Is a person of unsound mind. A mad person is a person of unsound mind. Unsound mind is also not allowed to enter into a valid contract. And person whose mental stability is not correct also cannot enter into a valid contract. Reason behind is a person is already mad. He cannot take a rational decision. So anybody can come and take advantage of that person, right? So in that case, law has also disqualified unsound mind people to enter into a contract. So unsound mind people are also not allowed to enter into a contract. There are many types of unsound people. There are many types of unsound people. One is idiot. One is idiot. Who is an idiot? An idiot is a person who is of unsound mind by birth. Who is of unsound mind by birth. That is, whose mental faculties have been lost by birth. That person is an idiot. So you can never enter into a contract with an idiot. You can never enter into a contract with an idiot. Second type of unsound mind is drunken. A person who drinks, who intakes alcohol. Okay. So rule says that once that person is under the influence of alcohol, that once the person has drunk, once the person is not able to think, in that case you cannot enter into a contract when he is drunk, when he has intaken alcohol. But when he is sober, when he is normal, then you can enter into a valid contract with him. So second type of person is drunken. When the person is drunk, when the person has intake alcohol, at that time you cannot enter into a contract with a person. But in remaining times when he is sober, you can enter into a contract, valid contract. Third type of unsound mind is lunatic. Lunatic are those people who faces lucid intervals. That is a person who is of sound mind for some time and unsound mind for some times. That is he like we say here, mirgi ke dore. Okay, what is mirgi ke dore? At that time, whenever you are under this medical condition, at that time you are unable to think, you are unable to walk, you are unable to sit. That is a mental condition. Okay, so at that time when you are facing lucid intervals, that when your mind is not stable, at that time you cannot enter into a valid contract. But in remaining times you can enter into, when you are in your sane mind, that whenever you are fit and fine, at that time you can enter into a valid contract. Another person is intoxicated. Intoxicated are those persons who are under the intake of drugs. Now, all kind of drugs are included, medical and non-medical. Okay. So, if a person is under if the person has taken some drugs, at that time also will not be able to take a rational decision. So whenever you are under the influence of drugs, at that time also you cannot enter into a valid contract. Okay. So here these are persons of unsound mind. An unsound mind can also not enter into a valid contract. An unsound mind can also not enter into a valid contract. So if you accidentally or intentionally entered into any agreement with a person having unsound mind, then in that case the nature of your agreement will be void ab initio, similarly just like minors. So the nature of agreement with unsound mind person is void ab initio. Apart from unsound mind person and minor, there are certain more disqualified person that law has disqualified, that law does not allow them to enter into a contract. One is alien enemy. Before discussing alien enemy, let us discuss what an alien means. According to law, every person who is not the resident of your country, is alien for you. Okay. If like for example, any person who is residing in America, who is an American citizen, will be alien for us. Any person who is residing in Australia, Kenya, China, anywhere, apart from India, all the other residents, all the other citizens are aliens for us. If we have friendly terms with that country, then the people of that country will be our alien friends. That the people of that country will be our alien friends. If a person is residing in a country where we do not have friendly terms, there that person will be known as our alien enemy. Like for example, Pakistan, we do not share a friendly bond with that country. Okay, so in that case, the people of Pakistan will be alien enemies for us. So you cannot enter into a contract with an alien enemy. That is, you cannot enter into a contract with a person who is residing in a country from which you do not have friendly terms. Like for example, right now war is going in Hamas and Gaza. Okay, so those people will be their alien enemies. So people there cannot enter into a valid contract. Ukraine and Russia, both are alien enemies. So a person of Ukraine cannot enter into a valid contract with a person of Russia. Okay, so you cannot enter into a valid contract with an alien enemy. Next, other kind of disqualified person is foreign sovereigns and foreign ambassadors. Foreign ambassadors and foreign sovereigns are the person who represent your country in another country. So those persons are also not entitled to enter into a valid contract. But if they want to enter into a contract, they'll have to take prior permission from the central government. If central government says that yes, you can enter into a contract, then only they'll be able to enter into a contract. So like you and me, we can freely enter into any kind of contract, but foreign sovereigns and foreign ambassadors cannot enter freely into any kind of contract. If they want to enter into any kind of contract, they'll have to take permission from the central government. If central government allows them, then only they'll be able to enter into a contract. But if central government denies, then they'll not be able to enter into a contract. Depression is also lunatic phase only, because at that time also you are emotionally damaged. So in that case also you cannot enter into a valid contract, because when you are when your mental health is not correct, we'll discuss this point in the next chapter also. Okay, where if you are not mentally stable, then anybody can take advantage from you. So here your contract will not be void. Your contract will be voidable. How it will be voidable? We'll discuss this point in the next chapter. Next type of person who cannot enter into a contract is convict. Convicts are those persons who are under the bars, who are behind bars, that is, who are serving their jail period. So a person who is convicted, a person who is behind the bars cannot enter into a valid contract. But if he had made any contract prior to conviction, then he can perform that contract. Let's take an example. I hope everybody has seen the movie called Sanju. It was the biopic of Sanjay Dutt. Okay, so there Sanjay Dutt was declared as a terrorist. Okay, or something. Some allegations were there on Sanjay Dutt. So what happened? Before these allegations were there on Sanjay Dutt, what happened was Sanjay Dutt entered into a contract with a producer for the movie Munna Bhai MBBS. Okay, so what happened? Before he was convicted, he signed this movie. So after signing this movie, it was declared that it was declared that Sanjay Dutt is now terrorist and he was put behind the bars. So what happened? Sanjay Dutt was allowed. Sanjay Dutt was allowed to come out from the jail and do his performance for this movie. And again, when his work was completed, he used to go back to the jail. So if you have entered into any contract before conviction, that contracts are valid. But after conviction, once you are being convicted, once you have been kept behind bars, after that you cannot enter into a valid contract. Okay. So you cannot enter into a valid contract with convicts also. The person who are behind bars, the person who are in jail. Next is married women. Married women, before married women, we have more. Joint stock companies. Okay, we'll discuss these 3 points in the next class. Okay, so here we are ending our class. If anybody has doubt for today's topic, you can ask me. If you don't have any doubts, you can leave the class. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone.